So what happens in a condensation reaction? In a condensation reaction, there is repetitive formations with either bifunctional or trifunctional units or trifunctional monomers. Now here, what happens in condensation? The most important thing, as we know, is the process of elimination. So under condensation reaction, elimination is most important. What could be eliminated? It could be water, it could be alcohol, it could be very simple molecule, for example hydrogen chloride or something like that. So this process of condensation reaction is also known as the step growth process. Now let's talk about a very simple example of condensation. If the same units are being repeated again, we also call this as a process of self-condensation. Now here we have two groups. One is the old group, the other is the carboxylic acid. So one is carboxylic acid, the other is the alcohol group. Now ethylene glycol, when reacts with terephthalic acid, we form what is formed is terylene or decron. Now this is a synthetic polymer which is used, and the most important thing is this process has distinct functionalized species and those are independent of one another, and therefore condensation reactions are important because in condensation reactions we have different specialized units and there is process of elimination. There are bifunctional units that are present. Now this condensation, four good examples to cite are polyamides, polyesters, phenol formaldehyde and melamine formaldehyde. So under polyamide, let's say nylon 6 is a good example where we have self-condensation. Self-condensation means the same unit being repeated. For example, in nylon 6 it's caprolactam. So caprolactam, when heated in presence of water, it forms nylon 6. Nylon 6,6. So nylon 6,6 is interesting. We have adipic acid. Along with the adipic acid, what is present is methyl, how many? 6. So hexamethyl, we can name it simultaneously, and 2 amide, so diamine. So hexamethylediamine reacts with adipic acid under high pressure and temperature to form nylon 6,6 and there is elimination of water. Now in this case, the tensile strength of nylon 6,6 is extremely good. Nylon is used for various purposes and has strong intermolecular bonding that is similar to the hydrogen bonding. It is used for making nylon sheets. It is used for making bristles. It is also used in textile industry. Nylon 6 is commonly used for fabric industry. It is used for tire cords. It is also used for rope making. So those are some of the common usage of polyamides. So we have covered what is polyamide. Next, move to polyesters. So polyesters, we have reaction of carboxylic acid with diol. So ethylene glycol and terephthalic acid, as we already said. So reaction of alcohol to acid carboxylic acid groups. So here we have the formation of terylene or decron. Now decron fiber is crease resistant. Howsoever you wear it, you won't find any creases or bends, unlike cotton. Okay, so this is also used for reinforcing glass. It is also used in helmets. It is used to blend the cotton as well as wool fibers. So there are various purposes through which terylene is used. So terylene reaction, this reaction through which terylene or decron is produced is occurring in presence of a catalyst. What is the catalyst? The catalyst is zinc acetate or antimony trioxide. So these two catalysts are used for the reaction to make the terylene or decron. So this is how polyesters are understood. Let's next move to phenol formaldehyde. Now this is a two-stage process. The first stage, we have the formation where phenol reacts with formaldehyde. Now formaldehyde and phenol group reacts. Now when phenol and formaldehyde reacts, we have the formation that occurs. Now this, when occurs, you have novolac which is formed. Now novolac is useful for paints. It is used as paint. The reaction has various important significance and has a CH2 group towards both the ends. Now this novolec has interlinking that occurs. So far it is linear. Now it would have a interlinking that occurs. This interlinking occurs when it is heated with formaldehyde. When this novolec gets heated with formaldehyde, we form a mass which is known as Bakelite. Now as you see here, understand this linear structure. This is what is novolec. Now this novolec would have binding with another novolec. Okay, so this is one novolec, this is another novolec, and this would have binding when the formaldehyde runs in, and this would lead to formation of what? This would lead to formation of Bakelite. What is Bakelite? We already know. Bakelite is a thermosetting plastic. So once the shape is attained, it would remain so. So it is used for various purposes. Electric switch, it should remain as it is. The formations of the switches should not change if heat goes in. So handles, cooking utensil handles, we can say, those are again made of Bakelite. Then we have combs which are again made of Bakelite. So these are some of the materials where Bakelite is used. As I mentioned, Bakelite is a thermosetting plastic. That means it cannot be remolded. Once it is brought into a specific shape, it would remain in that shape and it cannot be reused for other purpose or remolded to form something else. So the process through which we have the reaction of phenol and formaldehyde. This whole reaction is what is known as phenol formaldehyde polymer. As we saw in the very beginning, we have polyamides we did, polyesters we did. The next was phenol formaldehyde polymer and melamine formaldehyde polymer. So phenol formaldehyde, the linear formation is novolec, which is used in the paints, and then it is again linked to form Bakelite. The next is melamine formaldehyde reaction. Under melamine formaldehyde reaction, there is an intermediate resin which is formed. Now then there is polymerization again to form the melamine. Now melamine is used for what? You nowadays see crockery which looks similar to the china clay, but it is actually not china clay. It is melamine. So melamine polymer is used for unbreakable crockeries. Okay, so it is used for crockeries. And those are unbreakable crockery similar to the china clay crockery. And this is by the reaction of melamine with formaldehyde. Intermediate is formed and then polymerization occurs again to form the melamine polymer. So this is so far what we have understood under condensation reaction. So condensation reactions which are known as step growth reaction and addition reaction which are known as chain growth reaction. Two are common reactions under polymerization. Addition reactions have free radical mechanism. However, under condensation reaction, elimination is the most important thing, and there are bifunctional monomers which are involved in a condensation reaction.